Let me tell you something that may challenge the way you think about getting older, but it needs to be said. Only a small number of women continue doing certain simple things that protect their strength, confidence, independence, and sense of purpose. Not because everyone else is incapable, but because somewhere along the way, many begin believing that slowing down is simply what life demands. They withdraw, become less active, stop challenging themselves, and quietly accept becoming smaller. But you are not here to disappear. You are here to keep growing, keep showing up, and keep becoming. Start with the way you carry yourself. Standing tall is about far more than having good posture. It reflects what is happening inside you. When your confidence begins to weaken, your body often follows. Your shoulders move forward, your head drops, your breathing becomes shallow, and your presence becomes smaller. But when you straighten your back, lift your head, open your chest, and breathe deeply, you send yourself a different message. I am still here. I still have purpose. I am still moving forward. Life can place invisible weight on your shoulders, but you don't have to let that weight change the way you occupy the world. Every morning, take a moment to stand tall, relax your shoulders, breathe slowly, look ahead, and remind yourself that your story is still unfolding. You are not fading. You are becoming stronger in a different way. You still have wisdom, experience, purpose, and something valuable to offer. Then keep your body moving. You don't need to become an athlete, run marathons, or spend hours in a gym. Movement is about maintaining freedom. Walk, stretch, lift something safely. Practice balance. Move your joints. Take the stairs when appropriate. Even small amounts of intentional activity can become powerful when repeated consistently. When you stop using your body, it gradually becomes easier to do less. But when you continue asking it to move, it has a reason to stay capable. Strength is not something you simply receive with age. It is something you maintain through effort. Being able to carry your own things, rise from a chair or the floor, reach overhead, walk confidently, and move without constantly depending on someone else are not insignificant achievements. They represent independence. You don't have to be perfect. You simply have to remain consistent. A short walk, a few gentle exercises, or several minutes of movement can become a daily declaration that you still care about your strength and your future. It isn't about looking younger, it's about living more fully and preserving the ability to participate in your own life. And don't forget your mind. One of the most dangerous beliefs is that learning belongs to the young. It doesn't. Your brain needs stimulation throughout life. When you stop questioning, exploring, reading, learning, and solving problems, you give yourself fewer opportunities to stay mentally engaged. The women who remain mentally vibrant continue to be curious. They read books that introduce unfamiliar ideas. They learn languages, write, study history, explore technology, memorize poetry, take classes, or simply investigate subjects they've never understood before. The specific activity matters less than the challenge behind it. You should occasionally allow yourself to be a beginner again. Struggle with something unfamiliar, make mistakes, ask questions, admit that you don't know something, and then become interested enough to learn it. That process keeps your thinking flexible. Comfort can feel peaceful, but too much comfort can turn life into autopilot. Curiosity is not something you outgrow. It is one of the qualities that keeps life interesting. Neuroplasticity means the brain retains an ability to change and adapt, even though the brain and learning abilities do change with age. That is why continued mental engagement matters. You don't have to stop growing simply because you've reached a certain birthday. Keep challenging your assumptions. Have meaningful conversations. Read beyond what you already believe. Think about ideas instead of constantly consuming distractions. The goal isn't to prove that you're smarter than someone else. The goal is to keep your own mind awake. There will be moments when you wonder whether your best years of learning are behind you. Don't automatically believe that thought. Beginning again may feel uncomfortable because you won't immediately know what you're doing. But that discomfort is not evidence that you're too old. It is evidence that you're stretching yourself. The same principle applies to every part of life. You need movement for your body, challenge for your mind, connection for your heart, structure for your days, and a vision for where you're going. Don't allow your world to become smaller simply because life has changed. Keep reaching towards something. Write something you've always wanted to write. Build something. Teach someone, plant something, study something, create something, help someone, dream about what could still happen. A meaningful future gives your present a reason to stay alive with energy. The strongest women aren't necessarily the loudest or the most visible. Often they are the ones quietly choosing discipline when nobody is watching. They continue moving, they continue learning, they continue connecting, they continue creating, they continue imagining a future worth waking up for. Your age does not have to become an excuse for surrender. Let it become a reason to become more intentional. Stand tall, move your body, challenge your mind, stay curious, protect your independence, keep learning, keep dreaming. You are not finished simply because one chapter has ended. There are still things you can discover, people you can influence, lessons you can teach, and experiences waiting for you. Your story isn't over. In many ways, the next chapter can be the one where you finally realize how much strength you've carried all along. So don't shrink yourself. Don't disappear into routine. Don't assume that your most meaningful days are behind you. Make the decision to remain present, capable, curious, and engaged. Keep showing up for yourself, because there is still more life in you, more wisdom to gain, and more becoming left ahead. The women who continue to thrive understand something important. The mind needs something meaningful to work toward. They give themselves challenges, seek knowledge, and stay connected to a sense of purpose. The effort itself becomes part of the reward. There is also a kind of dying that can happen long before the body stops breathing. It happens quietly when a person no longer feels noticed, heard, valued, or needed. It happens when the phone never rings, when meals are eaten alone, when there is no one to share a thought with, and when your own mind becomes the only place where every conversation takes place. That isn't simply being alone, that's isolation. For older women, prolonged loneliness can seriously affect overall well-being. Research has connected persistent social isolation and loneliness with greater risks involving physical health, cognitive decline, and emotional well-being. But statistics don't fully explain the pain. Human beings are designed for connection. We need conversation, affection, laughter, shared experiences, and the feeling that we matter to someone. The women who continue living vibrant lives understand this. They don't only take care of their bodies, they intentionally take care of their relationships. They reach out to old friends, they share meals, they volunteer, they join communities, they make the effort to be present even when staying home would be easier. One of the most damaging beliefs an older woman can develop is that she no longer has anything valuable to offer. She may begin thinking she's a burden, that her contribution is finished, or that other people have moved on without her. But that couldn't be further from the truth. A woman who has lived through decades carries something that cannot be purchased: experience. She has learned through mistakes, heartbreak, victories, failures, relationships, responsibilities, and change. There is wisdom in that journey. But if she starts believing her voice doesn't matter, she may stop sharing it. And when she stops reaching outward, the world around her can gradually become smaller. If you want to remain truly alive, don't retreat completely from life. Step toward it. Reach out when it feels uncomfortable. Make the phone call. Send the message you've been thinking about. Ask someone how they're doing, and genuinely listen to their answer. Sometimes the smallest human interactions become the moments that give a day meaning. You don't need hundreds of people around you. You need genuine relationships. A few people who know you, respect you, laugh with you, and allow you to be honest can make an enormous difference. And don't automatically assume everyone else is too busy. Sometimes they're waiting for someone else to make the first move. Be that person. At 70, 80, or beyond, you can still build a new friendship, reconnect with someone from your past, join a group, volunteer, or become part of something meaningful. You can still create bridges between yourself and the world. Connection isn't merely entertainment. Meaningful relationships can support emotional well-being and may influence physical health as well. A sincere conversation can calm you. Laughter can lift your mood. Being heard can make a heavy burden feel lighter. Sharing your story with someone who genuinely cares reminds you that you aren't invisible. And if you've been isolated for years, don't assume you've missed your opportunity. You haven't. Even if certain people have passed away, friendships have disappeared, or circumstances have separated you from those you once loved, there is still room to begin again. Someone needs what you carry. your knowledge, your stories, your kindness, your perspective, your ability to listen. And just as others may need something from you, you need connection with others too. Being useful and being needed can give life a powerful sense of meaning. The women who age with strength don't simply stumble into meaningful relationships. They invest in them. They forgive, they communicate, they endure difficult conversations. They understand that genuine connection isn't always comfortable or perfect. Sometimes relationships require patience and courage, but they know the effort is worth it. So keep reaching out, keep calling, keep showing up, keep investing in people. Don't allow your world to become smaller just because your circumstances have changed. Expand it again. Step back into life. Because real life is not meant to be lived entirely alone. And there is another quality that keeps people moving forward: responsibility. Many people slowly stop taking responsibility for anything. They release the steering wheel and simply allow the days to pass. But the women who continue to flourish approach life differently. They don't spend all their energy asking what the world should give them. They ask themselves what they can still contribute. Responsibility doesn't have to mean carrying an enormous burden. It can actually become a source of strength. When you are responsible for something, even something small, you have a reason to get up in the morning. You have something that needs your attention. You have a reason to care. That responsibility could be a garden you tend every morning. It could be mentoring a younger woman, helping at a community center, supporting your grandchildren, volunteering at a library, caring for your home, protecting your health, or simply being the person someone knows they can depend on. It doesn't have to change the entire world. It only needs to matter to you and require your participation. What matters is consistency, something real, something that gives your days direction. A woman who keeps moving can adjust, learn, grow, and reinvent herself. But when someone completely withdraws from meaningful responsibility and stops participating in life, emptiness can slowly take its place. Not because she is old, but because she has stopped engaging. Simply existing is not the same as living. Purpose gives structure to your days. When you know someone is depending on you, your behavior changes. You become more intentional. Your thoughts become clearer. You begin paying greater attention to your choices. You hold yourself to a higher standard because your actions affect more than just you. That discipline can strengthen everything else: your health, your focus, your relationships, and your ability to care for yourself. Eventually, everyone faces the question, why should I keep going? If you have no answer, even a small one, life can begin to feel empty. But when you have something that matters to you, each morning carries a different meaning. You aren't simply passing time, you're participating in something. It might be your family, your creativity, your faith, your health, your community, your garden, your knowledge, someone you're helping, something you're building. It doesn't have to be extraordinary. It only has to be yours. Purpose doesn't belong only to young people. It doesn't expire with age. As long as you are here, there can still be something worth caring about, something worth learning, something worth giving, and something worth becoming. You're not just alive when you have purpose. You're engaged, you're present, you're still part of life. Some people believe purpose disappears as the years pass, but that idea simply isn't true. Purpose doesn't vanish, it evolves. When you're young, purpose may be connected to achievement, ambition, career, money, or reaching specific goals. But as you grow older, purpose can become something much deeper. It can be found in serving others, sharing what you've learned, guiding younger people, preserving family traditions, creating something meaningful, or simply becoming a steady source of strength for the people around you. That kind of purpose isn't weaker. In many ways, it's more powerful because it comes from experience rather than imagination. But purpose doesn't always arrive at your doorstep. Sometimes you have to go looking for it. Ask yourself difficult but honest questions. What still matters deeply to me? Who could benefit from what I know? What have I postponed because I was too busy, afraid, or distracted? What part of my life still deserves my attention? The answers may surprise you. They may even challenge you. But those questions can awaken something inside you that has been quiet for far too long. And once you wake up to your own possibilities, you may realize that there are still things worth creating, lessons worth sharing, people worth helping, and a legacy worth leaving behind. That's what the women who continue to thrive understand. Purpose has no expiration date. Responsibility isn't a sentence. It can be a privilege. As long as you can think, speak, move, create, teach, care, or contribute, there is still something meaningful you can do. And meaningful action is one of the things that makes life feel like life. But there is another foundation people often neglect: sleep. Too many people treat sleep like something they can squeeze into whatever time remains after everything else is finished. Your body doesn't work that way. Sleep isn't laziness, wasted time, or an unnecessary luxury. It is a fundamental part of recovery, and as you get older, protecting your recovery becomes even more important. Your body may not recover from exhaustion the way it once did. When you're younger, you might survive several nights of poor sleep and somehow continue functioning. Later in life, disrupted sleep can affect your concentration, mood, energy, balance, and ability to handle the demands of the day. That is why women who want to remain strong don't treat rest as an afterthought. They respect it. They understand that discipline isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes, discipline means knowing when to stop. It means recognizing when your body needs restoration instead of demanding another ounce of effort from it. There is no prize for constantly being exhausted. Some people even take pride in needing very little sleep, as if exhaustion proves how strong they are. But real strength isn't ignoring your body's signals. It's having enough wisdom to listen to them. During sleep, your body and brain go through important recovery processes. Your mind processes information, your body restores itself, and your ability to function well the next day depends partly on the quality of the rest you received. Of course, sleep can become more difficult with age. Physical discomfort, changing routines, medications, stress, hormonal changes, or simply an active mind can interfere with it. That's why creating an environment that supports sleep becomes so valuable. Keep a reasonably consistent bedtime, give yourself a calming routine before sleep, reduce stimulating activities late at night, be mindful of caffeine and heavy meals close to bedtime. Keep your sleeping environment comfortable, dark, quiet, and cool when possible. Don't simply hope you'll rest. Build a life that makes room for recovery, and recovery is bigger than sleep. Your body needs a rhythm between effort and rest, movement and stillness, responsibility and relaxation. We've become so accustomed to constant stimulation that being still can feel uncomfortable. We convince ourselves that resting means we're wasting time. But stillness has value. It gives your nervous system an opportunity to settle. It creates space for reflection. It allows your mind to become clearer. You cannot constantly spend your energy without eventually needing to replenish it. The strongest women aren't always the ones who push themselves the hardest. Often, they're the ones who understand their limits and know how to recover before exhaustion becomes collapse. Your body isn't a machine that can operate endlessly without maintenance. It is a living system that requires attention, balance, and care. If you want greater clarity, steadier emotions, and the ability to continue showing up for the people and responsibilities that matter to you, recovery has to become part of the foundation. You don't need a miracle solution, you need consistency. Night after night, give your body the opportunity to restore itself. Care for your rest with the same seriousness you give to your responsibilities. That's another difference between simply doing more and living in alignment. It isn't always about increasing your effort. Sometimes it's about restoring yourself intelligently. And eventually, every woman faces another challenge: life refusing to follow the plan. Plans change, people leave, relationships evolve, grief arrives, health may become unpredictable. Retirement can bring freedom, but it can also bring uncertainty. Your body changes, your identity changes. The future may suddenly appear much less predictable than it once did. In those moments, physical strength alone isn't enough. You need emotional resilience. You need the inner stability that allows you to keep moving when circumstances don't make sense. Resilience doesn't mean pretending everything is wonderful. It doesn't mean hiding your sadness behind a smile or acting as though nothing hurts. It means being willing to face reality without allowing pain to destroy your entire identity. You can grieve without giving up on life. You can experience disappointment without becoming bitter. You can accept change without abandoning who you are. That kind of strength develops gradually. It comes from years of experience, self-reflection, mistakes, recovery, and repeatedly choosing growth when giving up would be easier. Some people respond to pain by becoming completely closed off. Others blame everyone around them. But the women who continue rising remain both strong and open. They develop roots without building walls. They learn how to stand in difficult seasons without allowing those seasons to define everything they are. And emotional resilience begins with responsibility. Life will sometimes be unfair. Things will happen that you never deserved and could never have prevented. But your power begins when you stop asking only, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "Given where I am now, what can I do next?" That question changes everything. It moves you from helplessness toward action. Real toughness doesn't mean you don't feel fear, grief, anger, or disappointment. It means you feel those emotions without allowing them to control every decision you make. Learn to recognize what you're feeling. Give the emotion a name. Ask yourself what it is revealing. Instead of immediately reacting, create enough space to respond with wisdom. And perhaps the deepest form of resilience comes from meaning. When suffering feels completely pointless, it can become unbearable. But when you can find something to learn from an experience, something to share with another person, or some way that hardship has deepened your understanding, the pain can become part of your wisdom. It doesn't erase what happened, it transforms what happened. Your difficult experiences don't have to become the chapter that destroyed you. They can become the experiences that refined you. As the years pass, the world may encourage you to slow down emotionally, settle for less, and stop expecting anything new. But you don't have to accept that message. Keep feeding your inner life. Keep developing your wisdom. Keep facing challenges with courage. Because a meaningful life isn't defined by having no pain. It is defined by what you do with the pain you encounter. If you want to remain fully alive, you need more than physical health. You need emotional depth, mental flexibility, purpose, and the courage to keep growing. Become the woman who can experience uncertainty without losing herself, carry grief without losing her capacity to love, and face difficult seasons without surrendering her spirit. Life will continue asking something from you, regardless of your age. Meet it with clarity, meet it with courage, meet it with humility, meet it with heart. Then you're not simply getting older, you're rising with every chapter.